Let's see. Uh, uh, all right, all right. Eee. Reaper, 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 Reaper. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. No thanks, no thanks, no thanks, thanks. Here you go. Am I live on this page? Am I? Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Yo. I'm back. I'm back.
What?
Hold on 1 second. Okay, as you guys come in here, you be so kind. Slap the like button. Types it in the chat. So I guess I'm kind of flying blind. This shit went black on me, but we're gonna get through it. Let me see. I can't see something.
Oh shit!
Oh,
We got breaking news. Z.
what happened? What happened? What happened?
Breaking news, brother.
What happened, brother?
Man, this dude from Microsoft, former head of Microsoft game, Ed Fries, said we need Xbox consoles because they're American.
Oh man.
Xboxes are a chance to express American culture through games.
Hey yo, hey
Ah
yo,
man.
hey, ain't gonna lie. This time
Ah
I'm gonna,
man, my
hey, this
brother
time I'm
pulled
not
a
gonna
crap
lie.
gamer. Ah
I'm kind of green.
man.
I'm kind of green with the MAGA
Yeah,
guys.
he said, hold on. He says he notes that Nintendo and PlayStation are console makers are from Japan. Ah man, nigga, American getting their ass. They got their ass spanked 3-0, 4-0.
Yeah, buddy.
Ah man,
Yeah,
hey,
buddy.
listen,
Hold on.
bro said get that Jap crap out of here. Ah
Yeah,
man, what are we doing here? And this a former executive.
yeah, man. Hold on 1 second.
But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
He, even if he goes with that, right? Americans don't want a fucking Xbox. It's, like I get it. You want a home territory, but your home ain't fucking with that shit.
Well,
And gamers don't really
I'm not
care.
gonna lie. Hey, Jerome, it's bro. Look, the more and more that I sit back and how you say, I let it seep in. Let me hit big money too.
Yeah.
The more and more I sit back and I let it seep in, and I think about all the transgressions. You know what I mean? All my transgressions and shit. You know what I mean? Everything that's happened, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a sad day in gaming to see him go. Like, that's Sony's fucking Joker. You know what I mean? That's Sony's fucking. You know, they're Batman and Xbox is Joker. Either or, you know what I mean? Or even another one, another superhero villain. You know what I mean? Or that's
You mean like Godzilla
yeah,
versus King Kong?
There you go. Or like fucking what's the nigga Magneto versus goddamn what's the nigga in the wheelchair? Mr.
Yeah, Professor X.
Professor X. You know, and they've been synonymous, you know, for the last 30 years, battling each other. To see one go out the way it's going is alarming, to say the least. You know?
Yeah, but we had that
We
Sega.
had a We had Atari, we had a Coleco, we had a bunch of
Yeah,
shit.
but
That
you had
shit
others
just
to step up and take those to fill those voids.
Yeah.
that's
Actually,
gonna
believe it or not, it was
listen,
Who
Nintendo
said
that
they
stepped
won't?
in. It was Nintendo that stepped in
when
and filled that
Xbox
void.
leaves, somebody else is gonna step in.
It's a more level
Bro,
playing.
I
now.
don't think so, bro. Who
I don't think
who
they'll
has
be
that
stepping
money?
in either.
You don't know. We didn't know Microsoft was gonna come in and step up.
I'm saying,
Right?
bro, nigga shit,
Somebody
right?
will.
I'm gonna give you the words. This good talk right here. Let me hit big money. I'm gonna give you the words of my man Donnie D. Right when he was first teasing that Steam with the Valve box. That's what I don't think niggas don't know. Steam and Valve. I'm sorry, Steam and Microsoft ain't got along for years, right? I remember when it was first talking about the first the Steam machines, this, that, and the other, right? And they come to the living room, this, that, and the other. And they come find out, you know, Donnie D said, I ain't gonna, that's why I miss Donnie. Donnie said, I don't know, man. It costs a lot of money being in the hardware business, man, you know? It's a lot of overhead, a lot of R&D, man. I'm talking about billions of dollars.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got that, like, you know what I mean? It's what basically was saying. You know what I mean? And, you know, how you say, and that's why, believe it or not, as rich as Google is, they didn't commit that way when making hardware. You know, that's you know what I mean? They try to, they want to get into gaming, but they want to avoid the step of making hardware. You know what I mean? Because they look at it and they look at it like, because they honestly, they don't make that much money on the hardware. They make it on the software and services, right? So for a new person to come in, they got their software and services in check, right? And the hardware, like, you know what I mean? That's what it's going to sell. Like, bro, I'm not going to lie. It's going to become a vacuum, man. Hey, Joe, like, listen, I'm not to be, how you say, look at the glasses half empty, bro. I don't see no goodness, bro. Like, man, wait, hold on here, my nigga.
Yeah.
I don't want a world with just them.
This is all bad.
Yeah, I don't want a world. I don't want a world with just
Yeah, because think about it. Amazon isn't going to step in. They step back from their gaming shit.
No.
Google isn't. Stadia's gone.
Yeah,
Apple isn't doing shit.
Healthy.
Like, come on.
It's not
give a
Netflix,
shit.
they're not doing nothing.
Them niggas, listen. I gave them motherfuckers 15 goddamn years. Them niggas can get it right, nigga. Gaming will be okay. It'll survive without it.
Yeah.
You know, that's just my feelings on it. Like, bro,
Yeah,
they
won't be
hold
a
on. He let's not act like they was actually doing something that we wanted. They was actually giving us the games that we wanted for 15 years. No, we've been teasing, mocking, and ridiculing them motherfucker for 15 years. Just because they leave, like, ain't nothing gonna change. Like, that's what I'm saying. It ain't like the only competitive run for Xbox was a 5-year span, 6-year span during the 360 era. That's it.
I Jerome, listen, you my brother. I gotta put your head to bed with this one here. You're right,
Go ahead,
but it was them. Whether how shitty they were or how bad they were, it kept Sony on their toes, bro. They didn't want it.
We can't live in fear that somebody gonna come and knock the fuck out of Sony. They need to be knocked out.
No one's, how you say, no one's, how you say, we all fell with a flaw, right? When you have no one to compete against, and you're competing against yourself, shit becomes stagnant. Regardless of how great you think you may be, this, that, and the other, when you have no one else to compare them to and no one else to go out there and throw,
well,
shit becomes like it does.
Well, nobody complained about Nintendo. They've been stagnant.
Listen, they are complaining about Nintendo, and look what the fuck they going through. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
And guess what?
Who has PlayStation had competing against them for the past 10 years? Really? Think about it. Xbox hadn't been doing shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, shit, ain't shit gonna change.
Okay,
I mean, let's face it.
Okay,
Xbox has been invisible to us for goddamn 15 years. Literally invisible. They ain't offered you nothing. They gave you bleeding ass. They gave you your Sea of Thieves. They gave you all the fucking shit that you wanted to ignore. Right? That's it. So now that it goes away, life goes on. We'll just continue on with our PlayStation.
I'll say so again.
So watch this,
right? So look at it from this end, right? So let's say
we
they
can't
go away,
live in
right?
that fear.
Well, watch this. So they go away, right? They go away, no problem. So what did these Sony say? Man, you know what? We the only live dog in town, right? Now let's take our online service to $40 a month.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
No, I'm just saying.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I'm just saying.
They've been putting out lots. They got all these
people. Then people won't get it. That's what.
Man,
that's what I'm saying.
But why should we have to be bent over the?
Don't pay for
it.
People buy what they want to buy.
You can't listen. The threat of being bent over the barrel again Because, bro, look, you realize without Xbox Live, there would be no PSN like it is.
Yeah. Yeah,
no.
Not
without
like it
Xbox
is today.
achievements, there would be no trophies.
No, hold on. We give them that, Z, but they can't ride on some shit they did 20 years ago.
I'm not hanging my hat on that. I'm just saying what you have in
People have
competition. I'm giving you what's happening in competition where something else they offer.
We were going to get there eventually.
Who's to say that?
Like
who's to say that? Sony came on there, took the goddamn
hold on.
and said,
before they had
you don't need mobile technology.
Before they had
Game Pass,
before they had Xbox Live,
my nigga.
they had they had all this other shit.
You are way too trusted this corporation.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
Of course we don't trust them.
No. If they start doing what you're saying, they deserve to fucking die.
Yeah. If they do what you're saying, you're not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it, and then it is when they came out with the PS3. You're not gonna buy it. They came out with the PS3. What happened? What happened with the PS3 when they came out with it?
So what happens? I'm just gonna sit on my hands.
What happened?
You wait for somebody to make what you want, and then you support that.
Man, listen, man. This is
exactly.
Listen, like I said, it sounds like you. I think my chat.
Software will always be there.
I'm just saying, Z. All I'm saying is you can't listen. Xbox has been around for 25 years. They've been fucked up, literally fucked up in gaming for 20 of the 25 years, and you just want them around, because they haven't been competing for 15 years. You just want them around just so it'll make Sony not do some rogue shit.
Sony honest.
But I'm saying that's expensive for Microsoft just to keep them bitches around.
I don't want their money,
yeah, they're not.
I don't give a fuck about their money.
No, I'm just saying that's what Microsoft is like.
They're not gonna.
Why the fuck would we stay in gaming if we the ass in the gaming for 20 years? That's how they're looking at it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this.
You're looking at it like, no. I know you ain't gonna give me anything, but I just want you around. Like,
Sony needs. Think about it like this, right? Greatest you look. Watch this. As great as you think Sony is now, right? Ray's now, what up? As you guys come in, Tyson chat, we're gonna shout you out. As great as you think this is the woman for the show. As great as you think Sony is, right? Right? Did you feel that same way about when the PS3 launched? And Sony viewed no one as competition. They were with the 150 million consoles sold, won't solve with anybody. They came on, you know what? Rumble technology, that's the old way of gaming. This all us, you only two jobs. You mean, like, come on, like, you act like
you know what happened?
You act like we're not human.
Gamers,
we're all
gamers didn't buy it.
Listen,
we didn't buy it.
What I'm saying is,
gamers did that.
You had an option. You had an option to buy something else.
You got an option to not buy it. You got an option to go to PC.
I'm gonna say this again.
You got an option to go to Nintendo.
Okay, well, how is that working out for? We're talking about $5,000 GPUs.
You got an option to retro.
We're talking about $5,000 GPUs.
Give up in the middle of the gen.
Yeah, but listen. Okay, I'm gonna say this again, right? So we had an option, right, to buy something else, right? You said that go. We had an option.
We got more options now.
How?
Exactly. We got more options than ever.
You got more options than ever.
Over there with Moss. You got
to play software.
There's only Nintendo.
It is true. Z, we have.
You got more level than anything.
For retro and shit. Yeah.
Well, no, because it's a more level playing field with the technology. You can make software
from anywhere.
You can make software that is better than the software that was 20 years ago. Like
Game guys ain't going nowhere.
Like we could make software right now that will like is pretty on, you know.
Somebody's
but I don't see PlayStation going anywhere because that's what pays the bills for everything else. Like that's their money.
But it doesn't make a difference. What I'm saying is, I understand, bro. I get it. It pays the bills, but we're not. If you act like we're not human and we're all infallible with a flaw. When you don't have any competitions there. They just like, bro, like I'm telling you, look what happened to Madden.
That's them. That's on them. Z. That's on them.
So it's gonna be.
They need our money.
So my thing is, why you don't think the same thing will happen to Sony?
It could.
It could. And guess what?
Yeah, it can.
It could. They're just like any other corporation.
As you guys come in, type in the chat. We're gonna shout you out.
I got no control over
Every company is
subject to that. The only difference between Sony and Microsoft is one got fucking games that you actually care about and that you actually want as a grown man, and the other one don't. Simple. They all corporations fighting for our dollars. They need our money. It is what it is. If Sony go out there, hold on, next generation. If Sony go out there and drop a PS6 at $1,000 and a handheld at $1,000, kudos for them. Watch nobody buy that shit. They gonna humble themselves, right? Or go out of business.
Okay, here's the thing.
It is what it is.
Or become niche, or become a niche product.
Hey man,
only the rich people.
Listen, I want you. Listen, I promise.
They want to be that way.
Like some things, can't control it. When I say look, when I say right, and it's another one, right? See, Black, what's up, my brother? How you been? Long time no see. As you guys come in, like I said, type something in the chat. We're just going to be rubber jousting right now. Ghetto God, my brother. Look, I'm telling you right now, right? Jerome, so don't go against me, brother. I ain't wrong with this here, man. I always tell you, time and time, this is, are you saying nigga that think with both sides of my brain, bro? Very practical, man, my nigga. When you're just you competing against yourself in a vacuum, and there's no one to fucking push you, to, you know what I mean, to come up with something new and thinking that everything's, it's very unhealthy, my nigga.
Very unhealthy. About the Broadband Bully podcast.
Yeah, it's very unhealthy, bro. Like,
no competition.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's like, no, I don't like, you need someone. I'm sorry, Nintendo's not that guy. They haven't been that guy for long. That's why they run up to the handhelds. Now, Nintendo comes back to the console space. Listen, Nintendo comes back to the console space. Fine, we don't. I mean, at least we have the later too. You know what I mean? But you know, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know, maybe with Sony with this new handheld, which we're gonna talk about later on in a little while when it's still on the show. You know, we'll put the fear in their handhelds. I mean, that might run them back to the home console market. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but I doubt if you're gonna see anyone. Trust me, if anyone's gonna enter the console business, a hardware business, we'll be hearing about them right now. Getting up for next generation. To take some years R&D, we'll be hearing about this shit right now. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Or rumors or rumblings about someone coming up with some more. You know what I mean? I wish, but who would the major players? They can afford that. Amazon ain't doing it. Apple ain't goddamn doing it. I don't think they're saying
maybe Tencent.
Yeah, it would be one of the big publishers. So.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
so somebody. That's. I look at it like this. Z. That's their problem to solve. You can't force the world's richest fucking company to compete in gaming when they've been trying 25 years. They've been giving us dog shit. We've been sitting on this podcast. Like we can't just because they just existing. Xbox is just existing. It's not doing anything better. Like it's constantly losing game. Like they could listen. Xbox could very well go on for another 10, 20 years because Microsoft just got unlimited money like that, right? But they're not really pushing. They haven't pushed Sony, right, since the 360. That's been 15 years ago.
I won't say no. I won't say that.
That's the whole point
I'm
I'm saying. You know,
let me tell you something.
Okay, what pushed them, Z?
I mean, listen, then because you started the generation, you had sales.
You haven't played any good games on Xbox since you had a 360. No cap.
No.
That was the last time. Look,
no.
Hold on. You play Fight Night, right?
No.
That was on the 360.
But they were still involved in the culture.
Name one game from last Xbox One that you.
I just told you I like Gears. Shit, I like Gears. You don't like Gears?
That shit was on 360. Like
a new version. I like Gears though. I like Gears. I like Killer Instinct.
A few games. The best days of your life with Xbox is in the 360.
Listen,
you was playing the back-to-back shit on the Xbox One.
You're fusing my what I'm saying here. And I listen. I'm not saying that Xbox games, they have been good. I've been saying that for years. Those games ain't been good enough for a long goddamn time. But be that as they may, right? There's still you got a few niggas out there that's like before Xbox, right? Or whatever the case may be.
It's not enough.
I'm not negating it, right? So here's the thing: listen. So until, like I said, now, like I said, it really doesn't matter much now. You're right as far as unless that's what I'm saying. You don't make them hardware because like I said, they put in their games everywhere else. Like you know what I mean, and that's what I'm saying. They put in their games everywhere. Actually, they have been devaluing the hardware for a long time. You know what I mean? Like I said,
and their software with Game Pass.
Well, them games ain't been good before Game Pass. I keep telling you, I mean, I can put it on Game Pass.
No, but I'm saying they've been Think about it. Phil's been telling them for years, don't buy games, get Game Pass. Like, that's just insane. He should have been fired for that shit.
Okay, cool. We can say that. But, I mean, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, who the fuck is going on about Redfall? Bleeding ass. I don't think the most diehard Xbox niggas back here, including Mello, would don't want that dog shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but when a good game was coming out, they weren't buying those either.
When was the last good game
Yeah,
they
they
had?
weren't buying them either.
What was the last good game they had? If we're gonna live in our truths around here.
Shit, anything.
what I'm kinda-
Third
that's what I'm
party.
kinda saying, like,
did
Sea
they
of
buy
They're
third
just-
party?
That's why I say they're just existing. They're just here. They're not
Grounded.
doing anything that nobody want. They're just here. They're just like sitting on the couch where everybody out partying
Well,
and drinking and having a good
they
time.
were
They
showing
just over
up,
there. They're
though,
like the side bitch that you don't fuck with no more. They just over there
They're
in the
staying
clique.
afloat.
Hey,
That's
you know what
it.
you know what this remind me of, y'all? It remind me of what Bill Gates was saying a long time ago. He never thought that they were, because they were suits, man. They straight suits. That's what they are. They are Wall Street people. And he never want, the only reason he got into it is because he didn't want Sony to take over the living room. He knew they wasn't gaming people. They wasn't. They were forced into it. And they seen how
he
much
lied to
money
him
they
about
were
the
making.
OS.
Yeah, they were seeing how much money was being made, but Bill Gates knew. If y'all listen to those stories, remember he was so irate, like, what? What the fuck? How dare y'all come to me with this bullshit? We don't do gaming. What the fuck? And then once they said, once we brought up Sony, he was like, oh shit. It was like they was forced, and they've never been really a gaming. It made sense to Sony because Sony was into electronics. It made sense for Sony to get into gaming. It made sense. Microsoft, it didn't make any sense to them. To them, it didn't make any sense because
They don't
they
make
wasn't
shit
that.
like that.
Yeah, they don't do shit like that.
They're
You know what I
software
mean? Yeah, that software company, they just was never like that. And they hit the 360 hit hard. They just got lucky with the 360. All the rest of them, the first Xbox, it wasn't shit. If it didn't have Halo, nobody would have bought it. The Xbox One, it was just a fucking debacle. And look at this whole generation, a fucking debacle. They were never into gaming like that. They were never into that shit. That's why they hooked us in with the 360 and they went straight TV. They were never into gaming. They just didn't want Sony to take over the living room. That was it. I just say I've always looked at them like that. I've always looked at them like that.
To add more
I'm
to
sorry.
your point, in order for the 360 to be successful, Sony had to fuck up epically with the 360. I mean, with
Yeah,
the PS.
yeah.
Because think about it. If that console wasn't $600, if it would have had Rumble in the controller, and if it would have had the games that it ended up having like midway through,
Yep.
them Xbox
Been a
wouldn't have had it.
different
They wouldn't have
story.
had it. Wouldn't have, yeah, it wouldn't have, it would have been a whole different story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
They
at
would've-
Sony's
they would have
worst,
easily sold over 100.
so at Sony's worst and at Xbox's best, Sony still ended up beating Xbox. That
Ain't that
tells you
something?
everything you need to know. That's why when the PS4 launched, right? It was like it was just a no-brainer. They just skunked them motherfuckers. It was like because they knew what they had to do. Focus on games, focus on the hardware, and stop with that bullshit.
And what
Coming up with these
prove my
super chips
point.
and shit.
And what made them do that?
Yeah,
They think
but
back on their
And
hands.
PlayStation,
that gave them
PlayStation has always
that gave
expanded in other regions. Too.
yeah, that taught
That's where
them to
they've
be
been smart.
humble right then and there. They tried, but I'm agreeing with you, Z, to the point. They when they felt like they had no competition after the PS2, they tried some bullshit. They tried to come out
Somebody in
and
the
with some
chat.
bullshit. That game was then give, and guess what? They almost got their ass knocked out. They got punched hard in the
They
eye.
almost
They
went
stumbled a
bankrupt.
little bit,
Let me
and then they
get-
came back and they learned their lesson, and they've been fucking just focusing on games and shit. You know, that's just it is what it is.
Let me get and tweet this out. I'm trying to tweet this shit out. We ain't make this fucking argument. Hold on. As you guys
Yeah.
walk through the door,
Yeah,
slam the
that's
like button,
fact.
types in the chat. Hold up. It's a kind of funny game slams.
Now, if they decide they want to go pull a PS3 2.0 and go back and make them super chips,
We'll slap 'em back down.
because you remember they made the super chips because they was gonna put them in the medical hardware, they were gonna sell them to the military and all kind. They tried the fucking Xbox that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't work. and it almost put them out of business. But what
Mhm.
happened? They doubled down in the same generation. They doubled down. They dropped Uncharted. They dropped The Last of Us and all that other shit. And the rest is history. Then when the PS4 came out, the rest was history. Then when the PS5 came out, the rest is history. It's just like I don't see them just waking up one day saying, "Yeah, we want to go back to that. We want to go back to the old days of the PS3 era, where we want to." You know what I'm saying? I just
They
I don't know.
learned very
Specifically,
good valuable lessons
specifically because the company is only surviving because of PlayStation. If PlayStation failed, the company going under. The whole Sony, everything going under. PlayStation keeps the lights on. So that's my whole thing. If they want to fumble, let them fumble. But it is what it is. You know, Microsoft tried. Microsoft spent $100 billion
What?
on publishers and shit, and they couldn't get it. Brother, they can last for 2 more, 3 more generations. Them motherfuckers ain't ever gonna be good. They just, it's not in them. They're not a gaming company like that, bro. They don't care enough.
This is the
Bobby Kotick told him that he told Satya to his face, "You're not a creative."
The problem is, and again, that's what when it came out when Microsoft bought the kid, right? And it was rumors about them spinning off the Xbox. I said they'd be better off just spinning it off, let it sit on his own, and just cut Microsoft. Yeah, you know what I mean. The problem is, real talk, and this is always going to be the issue. I won't say that is just Microsoft doesn't need that money. You know what I mean? It's even with $100 billion, they can write off the tax write-off. They get that back in government contracts. You know what I mean? And it's not do or die, not in every. You know what I mean? But so much so, we got so much money. We want to spend $100 billion and say fuck this $10 billion investment in the Xbox One hardware. Fuck that. We want to spend $100 billion. We get on it because again, that ultimately was the kill shot. Like yesterday, we talked on the show. You didn't have to come. So I get Tim on this weekend too. That they did it. Because people like to say that what Phil went doing. No, it's not what happened. Phil didn't okay anything with ABK. That came straight from up top. They went out and did the. Phil might have been in the meeting, but that didn't come out of the Xbox budget. Even the Minecraft shit didn't come out of the Xbox budget. When they started seeing all the money when Microsoft, like Microsoft, the company, the parent company, bought Minecraft for $2 billion, right? Once they started seeing all the money they was making on the back end from microtransaction, I can take the whole mantra change. You know what I mean? Games everywhere, just in yelling. That in itself was led us on this trajectory that we're on now. But so even when you get someone with 30%, knowing that hey, you'll never meet that expectation. On this, the reason of us closing you down. They know that even them saying, they're placing these unattainable goals, 30%. Yeah. That's just the reason to shut us down. You just any other like it's fucked up, but it's the reality of it all. You know what I mean? The two can't. We can't be a publisher and a hardware. You can't do both. And Sony, like they moonlight doing it, but they're not putting everything. Some things make sense, cool. We in this day and age, but when you put your whole life, everything, everywhere, I don't think they're gonna be in game much longer. Period. It's too much of a headache. Like I said, you think it's hard. They didn't want to compete against Sony and Sony and Nintendo.
Third party publishing.
Yeah. Like I said, now you got about 25 other enemies at the counter, and we all going for 80. How you say lobbying for your $70, $80?
Yep.
And those games just have not been that great. You might get some that may score, when there's nothing else out, but overall, like no, like if we're gonna be honest, just look at it. Like I said, if you get an Xbox guy here, they can be honest. It's one thing to be a fan of something cool, right? But if you can't be honest, right? Look at a Valve compared to what's that game I like that vampire game, Daywalker, Bloodwalker. Like look at them, or. Give me another one. You know what I mean? I'm hoping Fable was awesome. You know what I mean? Outside and lacking the things that would make Fable was the online aspects of it.
The Crimson Desert coming out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This you know what I mean? Like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, man, I listen.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know what to tell them. Like they tried. We can't act like they didn't try. They tried. It's just they just don't fucking make they don't make shit.
They tried. They tried.
quality.
They
don't
tried.
make-
I'll say they tried with the. They tried with the start of the Xbox One. They tried with the 360. They tried with the original Xbox. They tried. What they did with these consoles here, the series console, they didn't try. They released the console at the beginning of with no software. I don't. You came up with nothing. Zero. You know. You know. You know what I mean? What was they budget? What needs to come out? What was their budget allocated for gaming? Donnie D gave you $1 billion at the start of the last generation. What was the Xbox budget for?
And why did Phil say they were getting ready for this gen? Because they obviously
I keep
weren't.
saying this, so you know what I mean? Like, you know, Jerron Williams, as you guys come in here and slap the like button, say something in the chat. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I don't, you know.
And then 2022, they didn't have any games, remember? Because there was an email. Phil was freaking out behind the scenes saying, you guys don't have shit this whole fucking year. Like, what the hell?
Yep.
Like, that tells you.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Like now they got their shit together. They're getting their shit out there, but it took fucking way too long.
Yeah, you know, man.
Yeah.
Hold on. Like I said,
I just keep saying, I just don't know what they can do. It's too late. It's too little, too late now.
Oh yeah, no, Jerome.
And everybody already
Jerome,
moved.
you're 150% right. It is too late, right? As far as that, you know.
Xbox hardware.
Yeah. It is too late for that. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that it's too late for that. But what I'm saying is the aftermath. You know what I mean? The vacuum, like, you know what I mean? And they're exiting. You know, then. What is this?
It's all up to Sony. It's all up to them.
Yeah,
to,
and I don't.
You know what? You know what, J-Dub? I'm sorry, Z. Give me a second.
Okay.
I do agree with that part of what he's saying. When you're on top, you need competition. You do need competition because it brings out the best. I do that part. I am with. I can't see nobody, a boxer, a football team. If you don't have no competitor to challenge you, it's not going to bring out the best in you. It's not. You know what I mean? I understand. Like when you know how you would see Tyson to fight some bums, and you don't see the best of them. But when you get the Holyfields up there, you're going to see the best, even though Holyfield beat his ass. But I'm just saying, you're going to get the best out of that person or whatever you're doing. You're going to get the best. And if you just leave Sony up there by themselves, no challenge, then you start seeing all these bullshit ass games. You be like, oh, man, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I know sometimes you sitting at the top. You just don't want to sit at the top by yourself, bro. You got to have challenge.
Listen,
you got to have somebody to challenge you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I totally agree. Right? I agree. They need competition. My whole thing is we can't force Microsoft to be that competition. They don't want to compete. Phil said it. Everybody else, we can't compete. You don't think they ain't been trying? $100 billion show you that they was that motherfucker. I'm serious about trying. That shit just didn't work. It's hard to compete against motherfuckers that come out with Marvel games and they got the mind share. They got all this badass super fucking hardware out there releasing. I mean, but let's face it, Sony they 30 years in this shit. They perfected this shit, bro. You know, and I get it. They fail with some of the stuff some of the strategies and shit they try. They fail on little shit like that. But the grand scheme of things, it's all about games. And they fucking make games. They make games that nobody else can make. We done sit here and talked about Microsoft themselves, the world's richest company, sat up and said, we've internally tested The Last of Us 2. And we can't see this game being made anywhere else, whether it's on PC or our platform. They're telling you these motherfuckers is doing some shit that they've never seen before. They're doing deals. They're outdoing a $4 trillion company in marketing deals. Sony out there trying to remember they just came out with the article saying Sony tried to get that Crimson Desert. They tried to get it as exclusives. Sony motherfuckers out here trying to spin the bag, trying to capture exclusives and get preferable treatment and all kind of. They doing what they're trying to cater to their fan base. They're going out here doing these deals for their fans. Microsoft should have been out there doing it for their fans. but they didn't, for whatever reason, they didn't want to do that. Nintendo, they go out there and do the tinky winkies and shit for their fans. Yeah, them goofy ass niggas always hurraying and hi-hiing at them fucking 30 frames second 360p game, but they happy and content. Then now Sony coming out with a handheld. So now they may have fucking Nintendo on they fucking crosshairs. You don't think that that's some form of competition?
I'm talking the
They
console.
say, well, fuck it. We done already, hold on. We done already bullied everybody out of the goddamn industry in the console space. Now let's go try to fucking muscle these motherfuckers out of hardware, out of handheld space. You don't think that may not be something that's in the back of their head? Maybe Sony just some bullies right there.
Here's the thing. So on the handheld, I'm a console gamer. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I'm just saying they've perfected that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody can fuck with them. I'm just being honest. I would love for them to have. I would love for Sega to come back.
Yeah,
I would love for fucking. I would love for that.
You need more than you need more than one home console, bro. We've always had more than one home console, bro. Like that's just.
Agree.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't get to pick. We don't get to say.
I'm just saying how if you think about it, how unhealthy that is. That's a third of the industry gone, bro. You know, like that's
Microsoft bought but Z, we didn't hear nothing when Microsoft bought a third of the goddamn publishers and gaming developers. I said that
then. I mean, they can't manage what they got. You ain't that for me. They said Microsoft should be having this show every other month. They own more posters than anybody. I've never said it numerous times. I've said that numerous times. They own more studios.
Hold on. Let me, guys. I think something wrong with YouTube.
Yeah, it's bugging.
I only see a handful of people in here, and I know we've been fucking live for an hour, and we got 121 people in here, and that
it's
the what's the name fucked up, the chat fucked up.
Yeah, it's not. I said that
earlier. Hey, I'm sorry I can't read your names and shit, but the shit is not working today.
Yeah,
I keep refreshing it and everything. Yeah. But shout out to the crew. We got 124 people, 25 people in here.
Yeah, I have.
Hit that like button.
You noticed like YouTube videos are taking longer to like? Yeah, there's been.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I said that's it before we started. So I can't see the what you call it. I don't know.
Yeah. I tweeted out and everything. I'm like, damn, we should have a larger group of people in here.
I don't know what the fuck going on. Yeah, that shouldn't even.
But Z, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
I think they need competition as well. I understand competition is what everybody needs, but I'm saying Microsoft ain't them niggas.
They're not okay, cool.
So,
but until we get another nigga in,
what do we do?
I don't know, bro. Like I don't know.
Like that's up to Sony to fuck it up.
But I mean, see,
one thing I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna keep making money by constantly providing great games and value and hardware that gamers want. And I'm only saying that because of the history. They have a 30-year history. Big Money, ain't it 30 years or 35? I can't remember.
30, at least 30, 35.
I think it's 30. Yeah, they have a 30-year run since 1994, right? 1994 in Japan, 1995 in America. They have a 30-year run of providing great hardware and great games. I don't see them one day just saying, yeah, we don't want to create great games and great consoles. I just don't see it, especially when the whole company thrives off of that, lives off of that. So I get it. I personally, I think somebody else gonna step up. We just don't know yet because Microsoft there. But I think as soon as they get out, there's gonna be some other people to throw their hats in the ring. Look what happened to Steam. We didn't know they was doing a fucking Steam machine. Them motherfuckers threw their hat in it. But I'm gonna tell you what fucked them up. The fucking Trump tariffs and shit fucked them up.
And the RAM price.
And then everything got expensive with the RAM and shit.
The RAM is done, but you know what I mean? But fucking, I had to say something. So wait. Well, I guess because I can't chat. Because if you guys hear me like
yeah,
this type, I'm sure the chat back working. Just everybody just in here, you type one or
still
two.
Not that many.
Yeah, whatever. Just
I refreshed. It's still nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
It says 128 watching, so but nobody's chatting.
Yeah.
We got 134 people in here watching. Salute to y'all. Hit the like button, share it out. Y'all know we still rebuilding. If y'all doing super chats and stuff like that, man, we cannot see it. We cannot hear it. We're not ignoring you.
I don't think we can chats.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'm starting to see a few more pop up. There we go.
Oh, there's the
They're not all
audience, okay.
popping up, but they're starting to come through. At least a few more came through.
Starting to
King
fix
Reaper
itself.
in the house. Rage Not. I'll just read whoever we have that I see right now. Soft Rich in the city. Mally got it. What is good? What's good, Mally got it? T Beckett in the house. Ghetto Guy. D Cash. Anonymous Boss, my brother.
My brother.
East Double O in the house. Karan Williams, my brother. Dynamite J, what's good, player? Happy Hump Day. To Die For in the house. The Veteran Lifestyle. Plus Ultra, I see you. Steezy Bone in the house. What's good, player? Yeah, I had like 3 more people to comment, but other than that, I don't. It's not moving anymore. But anybody else there, man? Okay, Ghost in the house. Who else we got? Buck commented. Full Sweat, try hard. John Wayne, I see you, player.
Steezy Bone, see John Wayne on his boss.
Yeah. We got them. Yeah. So as I see your name when you come up, even if we talking and stuff, I'm gonna take a little break and read y'all comments and call your name.
I guess we can get started. So anyway, today, I guess kind of funny games did a show today, yesterday, one of these days, and they kind of took shots at Jez Gordon.
Yeah.
I guess the woman, what's her name? What's the new boss at Xbox? What's her name?
Asha.
I cannot pronounce her name.
Ashanta.
Asha something. I don't remember.
Ashanti. And
there ain't no disrespect to you, baby girl. We just can't pronounce your name. We just can't pronounce it.
I just don't remember her.
Yeah. So they well, I should have it on the screen here. So basically saying that of all people that that's even it's even if this interview was live, real, you know what I mean? Because I told you, bro, he be lying his ass off. But game will be the game. Let me see, Riff. So they basically was like, you know what I mean? All the people that you could have did an interview with, I'm gonna play it on the screen here now in a minute. You choose them, you know, to do an interview with. I guess basically, questions is you could have went to IGN
instead of a real journalist.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Gonna ask you some real live questions. Hold on, let me get it right here. I'm sure you guys should be sitting on your screen to hear it.
They should have went to a real journalist like Gaz.
Oh man.
Yeah, I guess word got out that the whole reason why it dropped Friday was because IGN caught word of it and they were gonna put an article out. So that's why they jumped it out Friday late.
Or
we got to talk about Xbox. Big
article
just came out from Jez talking with.
Don't get me started. No, nothing. Where they said nothing.
Blessing.
Did you read
my mind?
They said fucking
burger. Oh my blessing!
But also, listen, I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm not gonna talk shit. I was gonna talk shit. I'm not gonna talk shit.
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah,
it's a nothing burger because, simply put, she is coming into a new role. She has a lot to learn. It's like that little Uzi Vert. I just got here like yesterday.
Yeah, I just got here yesterday.
Literally,
I'm just out here.
It's my new job. I just got here. I don't have much to say.
Yeah.
You come back, okay? And that's simply how this is. She is coming into a new role. She has a lot to learn on top of everything.
Yeah.
But she's not making decisions tomorrow. So you're gonna wait some time.
Here's my beef, right?
Tell me.
You had gamesindustry.biz. You have Bloomberg, Jason Schreier. You got the game business, Christopher Dring.
Yes.
You got you have IGN. You have a list of people that you can go to have that first big interview, big conversation, lay out all right, where are we at with Xbox? I don't know. I feel like the place that you went isn't the place that you go if you're trying to have a good interview. If you're trying to get something that is
Windows Central, Jez,
Windows
Xbox?
Central. It has Windows in the title of the website.
Here's the deal.
I don't go to Jez for my fucking objective journalism about a big corporate shakeup at Xbox.
It's just a
don't piss me off.
Opening interview. There will be many more interviews in the next.
This is your first one.
6 months. It's just fine. There's nothing to be said.
We're gonna go to the person that's gonna make sure that they're okay with us saying nothing.
What do you want to do? Grill her on day one?
Ask questions that are good. Have somebody that's gonna follow up. Have somebody that's gonna ask questions that matter. Have somebody that's not gonna fucking serve you the most softballs of questions. Have somebody that's going to give an objective.
That's gonna answer some questions.
Fucking stance.
I'll get on the line with the crew. We'll get a hold and we'll get an interview for you.
I'm crashing out.
Oh man, what's that hit piece warranted?
They sound like wacky morning DJs.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's the truth. Not nobody go to Windows Central to get their goddamn news. All they do is lie and shield and make up fucking shit to defend Xbox and Microsoft. That's what it is. And it came out that all they do is they ask Microsoft what the talking points that they want to put out there. How do they want them to defend? That's what that is.
Yeah, they type in the chat.
And Windows Central is not the only ones. The Verge is, Tom Warren, and the rest of them doofies out there. Destin Lagares and everybody else. That's what they do. They do these things, these defense pieces and these fucking easy ass interviews because they want to get flued out. They want access. They want, free shit, free consoles, free subscriptions, and all of that shit. You remember what happened with Microsoft when they closed the ambassador program?
Yes.
All them motherfuckers saying, "Yeah, I'm canceling my Game Pass. I ain't paying for that shit." Them motherfuckers went to PlayStation. The very next day, they taking pictures and shit with their PS5s and shit. Like that, Microsoft has to pay for that shit. So it's hard to be objective when you got Windows in the title of your goddamn publication.
Yeah. I mean,
that's all I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing. Well, I think what's up? I know the chat bugging, bro. Like I know it's bugging. Like the whole
RL Heat, one white con. What's good, brother?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Jerome. Where I said maybe that's what got us where we are here today. Instead of motherfuckers, asking the real questions.
Yep.
And stop letting throwing them guys.
And no honesty from the Xbox community.
Yeah, them too. I'll place the blame 50-50 in both, and to the diehard Xbox guys and to them, because you guys didn't push back. You didn't demand better. Those games, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Nigga, I like I said, we're in the day and age where so much shit happens in the news and media, and just that we forget. Niggas forget how bad the last 3-4 years of the Xbox One generation was. You know what I mean? Like, our ceiling was like, Cuphead and Ori. Cool. Then you started, then you don't get, I keep saying, you don't get your first goddamn game into 3 years in with Redfall. Like, man, like, what was you guys doing the last six and a half years? You know what I mean? And to like, damn, to now, like, my God. Like, whoa, buddy. Damn. Shit is happening.
Yep, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I agree. I think
the type of shit like this. Yeah, this shit bugging. I'm gonna shut it down. This shit coming up in Hebrew.
Well, but I think they were doing that on purpose so they could get through.
Yeah, but it's just body language shit keep.
Everybody else is probably typing and it's not coming through.
Yeah,
so.
nothing. Chats, nothing like anything. They super sucks. I got one that's not even showing on my screen here. What I'm gonna do? Let me start, ladies and gentlemen, because this shit. I see here. I got a super chat. $2. I can't even see the screen when it come through. Like, yeah.
It's an hour.
Yeah. Shout out to Teased. Teased said, I see on the screen last screen. He said, ZJ was good. Can't take Mellow on it when you say games like Redfall. Yeah. That makes it annoying. Can't even finish one before the other one comes out. Yeah, this shit makes this shit bugging. I don't know what the fuck going on here, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm gonna do is tomorrow. It ain't on my end. I don't know.
We'll be back tomorrow.
We're
gonna test this shit out tomorrow before we go live too.
Yeah, this shit bugging. Man, we can sit on handheld rooms and shit until tomorrow. And then all this shit, Jesus. It's always something. Always something. Oh man.
See that, and that's why you can't go to PC. Look at this.
I know, right? If you can't
podcast, if you can't do something like podcast, imagine trying to game on that shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to Twitch and just pop a little shit. And yeah, shit crazy. This shit bugging. Oh man. Sorry guys. I don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, y'all go over to Twitch.
Yeah, I'm going to stop
Go over there, just pop a